After a relatively short flight, we have arrived to Corfu. We decided to rent a car to explore all that Corfu has to offer. And that was our Airbnb apartment. It was close to the airport, and we picked it due to the fact that it had dedicated parking spot and some street parking that is hard to find on the island. And that is some of the amenities. We had washer and dryer this time. I think it's luxury.
Okay, so it's 9 a.m. Hopefully we parked where we're supposed to park and our car is not gonna get towed. We already ate in the airport before we left Athens. Had some coffee and sandwiches that I made yesterday from the stuff that was left. No plans. Hopefully enough energy to explore the closest beach that might be in the walking distance. The guy who rented the place said that Old Town is also in walking distance, so that might be an option. Or both. Seems like it's warm here, but not as hot as Athens. I feel the coolness in the air. And actually I was wearing a hoodie until I remembered that I was wearing it. And I decided to take it off, but it was not scalding hot. Plus the apartment is in shade now, so it's pleasant to be in. And hopefully it's going to be pleasant to be here all day long, every day. But that's something to find out.
But first things first, grocery shop. We decided to go to Lidl because it was right by our house. Lidl is a low-cost grocery store chain in Europe, and you can see how cheap things are there. Many of the produce items are local, but other things are really cheap as well. If you like to compare prices, here you go. This is a cheap aisle, Thomas's favorite aisle. And yes, alcohol cost is so low. If you live in Canada like me, you probably are shocked by these prices.
I got some sort of liquor and cans in the car stuff. We're finally done this part.
After a little siesta, we decided to head out for dinner to the Old Town, which was truly only 20-minute walking distance away from our place.
They finally let us sit. Okay, Thomas got his moussaka. I got my spinach pie. Gonna have it with my wine. He's with the beer. Okay, so try it and tell us your first reaction. How does it taste? Is it worth spending money on and waiting? How does it taste? Does it taste like moussaka? Okay, let me disassemble mine. No pastry, no spinach. In 2 hands. Get some spinach part. Well, I can say it's very spinachy.
The rest of the night we spent exploring the narrow streets of the Old Town. Its architecture reminded me more of Italy than Greece. Maybe because of its geographic position, but Corfu's architecture makes me feel like I'm somewhere in Venice, more so than somewhere on the island in Greece. We have arrived at George's. George's, St. George Beach. This is the parking lot. Thomas just paid. Looks like it's only cash that you can pay with. It's pretty sunny here, but yeah. Okay, the road to the beach. And this is the beach.
Yeah.
And those are the tomatoes.
Oh yeah, look at them.
Oh, someone's garden. Those are the peaches. Some local
Cactus
peaches, yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
It's wheat here.
So lots of these cactus fruits everywhere. People sell them on the streets, but actually we saw them everywhere near the roads, not even on public properties. If you know how to eat them, well, I'd say that you can probably get them right off some bush on the road. This is what it is. This is Mediterranean.
Really windy, but the price of umbrella and sunbed is included in the total bill of a restaurant you rent them from, which is convenient.
Bye-bye beach. I'm going to see some viewpoints and have a shower before exploring the town. After thinking that I'm gonna die going up this hill, finally got to the viewpoint that we saw on the way down. I'll show you the view there. Vegan burger. I think it was cheese due, right? And my pasta with vegetables, pumpkin, eggplant, pepper, and something else, parsley, I think. A mushroom, yes. Sharing beer, because it's a big beer. And they said you shouldn't drink tap water, so they upsold us for a bottle of still water. Bon appetit!
Finished eating, now we are going to the fortress to the pictures.
Oh my god! Just got free admission. I think it's yay! Here, little tunnel. Right?
And so we reached the top of the old fortress. As I was trying to fight with the wind, I was saying that for us it was free admission, but we came right at the end of the day. I don't know if it's always like that, but it's worth visiting during this time of the day for sure. And this is the little park right by the fortress, which was actually beautiful during these hours. And a little beach with a restaurant right at the center of the whole old town. And that was it for that day. Next day we decided to drive to the very northern part of the town to go to the other beach, which you have plenty of on this island. We went to Canal d'Amour. The legend says, or whatever the internet says, that only two people can swim through this tunnel, only a couple since it's so narrow. The road was crazy, and that was the parking lot which you have to pay for, but I'm pretty sure there are free ones around. And this is the channel itself. You see how windy it was. I had to cut all my sound out because it was impossible to say anything to fight with the wind. Be ready for crazy winds and lots of garbage that can blow you off the shores of Canal d'Amour. And this is it. This is all the beach you get in there, so not much space to relax.
Climbed a little bit higher to see if we can score a better view. And apparently there is not a parking lot. Just almost waiting on the sun. Alright.
And now the little beach with, as I said, looking like free parking lot.
Let's keep going back. We arrived at some viewpoint, the name of which I don't know. My muscles were so chancy, but I was stood up from the car. The road was intense.
This view is over Paleokastrice Beach, one of the most famous beaches on the island. The road there is intense, as everywhere else in the island, so please be careful. Paleokastrice Beach is free, but you have to spend about 15 euros for the bed and umbrella. I don't remember about parking lot, but I believe it's free.
I got something vegan from Starbucks, iced coffee. Got some water. Can eat now, I hope. After all those windy roads, I think my stomach is finally settled.
After fighting with waves and wind, we decided to go to Issos Beach, sandy beach on the west side of the island.
To the Issos Beach, I think the name of this beach. After driving through dunes, cannabis farms, back roads, we finally got here.
I would probably repeat myself saying that the road was difficult. Please be careful driving there. But destination was worth it. It was very quiet and not windy beach at all. It was hidden in dunes and had facilities which I was happy about.
Trying to explore facilities here too. Change room. I'm not sure, we paid 10. Okay, this one's 10, okay. Okay, we have juices. Ice cream, which is not vegan, I bet. Menu, coffees, salads, sandwiches. So I'm not getting anything in this kiosk. Just gonna save myself for dinner. Add some vegan friendly or vegetarian or something restaurant that has vegan options. We checked, most of those are in Old Town. There's a couple places around here too, but I didn't really like selection. For now though, the priority is to cool down, relax, chillax.
We stayed there almost the whole day, as it was such a pleasant swimming experience. Eventually though, we headed back to the Old Town.
Another day, another dinner at Aubergine Cafe. Thomas got gyros. I got bread and vegetable soup. Bon appetit. Okay, one more day here. Tomorrow we're leaving. Today we decided to go to the Old Town. It's overcast, and we're going to the lake and find a red This is our place. This is our gang.
First destination was Venetian Fortress.
I think we have arrived. Okay, distance, maximum. Okay.
It's hard not to notice this fortress when you're in Corfu, so take a trip to see amazing views from the top if you have time.
So it was another free entry. Was it free entry all day long, or was it just?
No, I opened for like 3.
Yeah. We're today Saturday. It is almost noon, and it was free entry.
After a short walk up, you can see all levels of fortifications that were meant to protect the island from Turkish rule at the time.
Okay. That's kind of like the top. Let's see the view.
According to my favorite Wikipedia, this fortress was built sometime in 16th century by a military engineer Ferrante Vitelli. It has outside walls of multiple levels, but also shafts chambers in the middle of it, which are very curious to explore. The governors of the old and new fortresses were elected by the Venetian Senate for a period of 2 years. They could not communicate with each other in order not to commit treason against the Republic.
Old Venetian Fortress is done. Going to some park we haven't seen yet. Overcast is the best it can be now for pictures, so I'm gonna switch to pictures for a little bit. Hello. Now We're in the quest for the lunch place.
This time it was not Aubergine. We went to another vegan place on the island, one of two, which is Bizoo Cafe. It's located inside an antique shop, and first it's not very obvious, but you can find it.
Yeah, that's a cafe and that's an antique shop. We scored a seat, but it's such a tiny space. This is what it is. That's it. It's just 3 tables. Alright, the food has arrived. Tofu scramble. And Thomas got a big baguette with the cheese and mushroom. Bon appetit.
As the weather started to change, we decided to have a quick ride to the beach and return before the rain starts.
We have arrived to the Kanone Beach. Drove all the way to the beach, and hopefully it is free parking. You can get a ride at the beach. There's one side, and behind me there is another side of the beach. So we're gonna go check it out.
Kanone Beach has lots of choices of where you can rent out your umbrella and a sunbed. It's not sandy, it's made out of little washed off rocks and lots of pumice. It overlooks beautiful Albania, and it's nice and warm in any weather, it seems like.
Last day, afternoon, we got to Arcadios Beach. It's the beach on the very south point of the island near the monastery. The road was horrible in the way it was like off-roading, so make sure your vehicle is prepared for that. There's like ATVs and a few cars here, but it was rough.
This beach was one of the wildest ones I've seen on the island. You can also go to monastery, which is right by it, if you already drive that far.
It took us it took us like an hour, I would say, solid hour to get here. So of course, as usual, my first wish is for the bathroom. I don't see any inside. There was a change room, there's sunbeds. The view is nice, the cliffs are spectacular, but there's no bathroom. Okay, and I'm in the end of the walkway. Now I have to walk on the sand, I guess. Yikes.
Looking for bathroom on the way back, we stopped here. This place provided us with the best local experience we couldn't even expect.
I really enjoyed the fresh orange juice, and the guy was telling the stories about things being local just to Corfu, about the Corfu weather. Anyway, stop here when you go to the south of the island to the monastery. You can see this place by the sign, which says that they sell local wine and olive oil. Olive oil tastes delicious, but we couldn't take it because we go to the airport and we have only carry-on. But anyway, please stop here. I don't know if this place has a name, but it's a stand on the way to monastery.